Good morning, everybody. Today, in this session, we are going to discuss about data structures unit 1, which is being presented by myself, Nitish Yene, working as assistant professor, Department of Computer Science, Government First Grade College, Irekira, 581111. Okay, so data structures. For which particular program this data structures is mentioned? And it is for BSc, Bachelor of Science, subject that is data structures using C, and the semester is third semester, University, Karnataka University, session 1. So we will recap the previous semester, what we have learned in the previous semesters. First one, programming in C. The previous semester we have learned that the programming in C, how to program in C language, we have already learned. And inside the C, we have learned the tokens. The basic building blocks of a C program are called as tokens. You already know about that. Next, C programming structure and data types. What is the structure of the C programming, how it is formatted, and later onwards we come across data types such as int, float, char, double. Think about the branching statements. The different branching statements that we already learned in the previous semesters. These are if statement, if else statement, nested if statement, switch statement, go to statement, jump statement, and many more are there. So we have learned these branching statements in the previous semester. Looping statements are the statements which are capable of executing repeatedly until some specified condition is satisfied, and these are called as looping statements. So the examples of looping statements are while statement, do while statement, and for loop. These are the looping statements. And we come across arrays, structures, unions, and pointers, the learning objectives and the outcomes. What we will able to learn in the data structures. So to acquaint the data structures and how to store the data and how to retrieve and manipulate the data that is being stored in the data structure. That is what we are going to learn in this particular session. And the outcomes, the applications of data structure in day-to-day life, where we are actually using these data structures in our day-to-day life as a data structure. So before we start about the data structure, we should be able to know what do you mean by data. What is a data? Data is a collection of facts, figures, and stats. Anything that is a collection of facts, figures, and stats, it is called as a data. For example, what is a information? So information is a processed data. That means whatever the raw data that we are having in our hand, that will be given to the computer. Then the computer is going to process that particular raw data to give the information to the user. And that is what we are going to call it as an information. So to make a distinction between the data and the information, I will give an example. Let us take in a class, there are number of students are there. So for example, say there are 30 students are there. So 30 students is a data. Okay. So now what is the information? How to get the information from that 30 students? So now inside a class, out of 30 students, if we are able to have how many number of boys are there and how many number of girls are there, and this is what we are going to call it as information. Okay, you are getting in a class we are having a 30 students. So 30 students is the data. Apart from this, how to get the information, we have to process the data to get the information. So now I am processing the data, that is 30 students. Among the 30 students, how many number of students are boys and how many number of students are girls? So then what we are going to call this is as an information. So we know the data and the information, how the data will be stored in a computer, how it will be organized, how it will be retrieved, and how it can be manipulated. So a data structure is a one in which the data will be stored in the computer memory, where how it will be stored, organized, retrieved, and manipulated. This is what we are going to call it as a data structure. Along with that, it also have additional feature that is there any logical relationship between them? That means Is there any logical relationship between the one element to the another element? That is what we are going to find out in the data structure. So then define the data structure. If it is asked in the examination, have to write a data structure is a method of storing the data, how it will be organized, retrieved and manipulated, and is there any logical relationship in between them. It is called as a data structure. This is the complete definition of a data structure. Classification of data structures. So this is the overall classification of the data structures in detail. So broadly, the data structures are classified into two types. One is a primitive data structure. Another one is a non-primitive data structure. So broadly, it is classified into primitive and non-primitive. So inside the primitive, the examples are int, float, double, char. These are the examples of primitive data structure. So once the non-primitive data structures are further classified into linear and non-linear. Here inside the linear data structure we have the examples such as arrays, structures, stacks, queue and linked list. These are the examples of non-primitive linear data structures. So further, in non-primitive, non-linear data structures, we have the two types. One is trees, another one is graphs. So we are going to deal with this classification of data structures in the future slides. Data structures. So primitive data structures are the data structures which are manipulated directly by machine instructions. So any data structures which are manipulated directly by the machine instructions, and these are called as primitive data structures. So the machine instructions such as alt, store, move, add, sub, multiplication and division, etc. Examples are int, float, char, double, float and pointers. Int, char, double, float are data types. Next. Moving on to the non-primitive data structures. Non-primitive data structures are the data structures which are not manipulated directly by machine instructions. These are the data structures which are not manipulated directly by the machine instructions. Such a type of data structures, what we are going to call it as non-primitive data structures. Examples of non-primitive data structures such as arrays, structures, stacks, queues, linked lists, trees, and graphs. Primitive data structures are further classified into two types. One is linear, another one is non-linear. So we will see in detail about what do you mean by linear and what do you mean by non-linear data structures. Non-primitive linear data structures. These are the data structures which show the relationship of logical adjacency between the elements. Such a type of data structures, what we are going to call it as a non-primitive linear data structures. What do you mean by logical adjacency between elements? That means if we are able to know the first element, okay, then we can easily identify the next element and further next elements which are there in that particular data structures. So such a type of what we are going to call it as a logical adjacency between the elements. It shows the relationship between the different elements that are being stored in the data structures. So such a type of data structures, what we are going to call it as a linear data structures. Examples are arrays, structures, stacks, queues, and linked list. These are the data structures which show the logical relationship between the adjacency between the elements that are going to be stored in the data structures. Is it right? Now, we'll see an example for this. Int a of 5. Here, a of 5 is an array. What is the name of the array? Name of the array is A. How many number of elements it is capable of holding? It is capable of holding 5 elements in it. And what type of elements it is capable of storing? It is capable of storing only integer values because it is an integer array. Is it right? Now, I'm able to see a picture here which will depict you the different concepts here. Here A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, A of 4. As we know that the first element of the array always will be the begins with 0 and ends with the n minus 1. So here n will be 5 minus 1 leads to 4. Is it right? So here A4, A0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, A of 4. So it will indicate the position of the array. What? It will indicate the position of the array, and now it will indicate the data to be stored. So here 200, 30, 45, 99, 5. These are the different data that are to be stored in the integer array. So what is the value that is present in A of 2? That is 45 is the value that is present in the position A of 2. What is the value that is present in A of 4? That is the value 5 is present in the A of 4 position. Is it right? This is the data to be stored and this is the position of the array. Always the arrays are going to begin with the 0 and with the n minus 1, where it will indicate n is the total number of the size of the array, that is 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. Non-primitive, non-linear data structures. Non-primitive, non-linear data structures, these are the data structures which doesn't show any logical relationship or adjacency between the elements. Such a type of data structures, what we are going to call it as non-primitive, non-linear data structures. Okay. Examples for these non-linear data structures are trees and graphs. That means there is no logical relationship between the one element to the next element that is being stored in that particular data structure. For example, in trees and graphs, where there is no logical relationship in between the elements of the trees and the graphs. Come across the operations on the data structures. What are the different operations that can be performed on a data structure? The different operations can be performed on the data structures are: one is insert, another one is delete, another one is search. What do you mean by insert operation on a data structure? An insert operation is nothing but adding an element to the existing data structure, or adding a new element to the data structure is called as insert operation. Now we come across delete operation. In the delete operation, we can remove an element from the data structure, that is called as a delete operation. So search operation means to find an element which is present in data structure or not. It is called as a search operation. So these are the basic primitive operations that we are going to do on the data structures, but for your syllabus it is limited to only insert operation, delete operation and search operations. So that's why I have limited to these operations only. Now we come across the references, the different textbooks that I have referred. This first unit is Tenenbaum, Data Structures Using C, Pearson Education. Second one, Kamathane, Introduction to Data Structures, Pearson Education. Yashwant Kanetkar, Data Structures Using C. Kotor, PB Kotor, Data Structures Using C. Padma Reddy, Data Structures Using C. These are the different references books. Thank you one and all.